First, US news with the Queen of American showbiz and royal reporting, Kinsey Schofield. Kinsey, lovely to see you. I think you're going to be in the studio with us next week. Cannot wait. Giddy with excitement. But let's talk about the King and his son, William, united in grief and respecting and honouring our fallen heroes from D-Day 80 years on.
Yes, sir. It was compelling and wonderful to see the King, Prince William, and other world leaders share a stage. This was so inspiring and heartfelt, these D-Day messages. Their words captured the bravery and sacrifice of those who fought for the cause. And it was a powerful reminder of our veterans' courage and dedication. And I believe it deeply moved all who listened to these messages. But again, I mean, it was unique to see all of these world leaders together, especially after COVID, especially when everything's gone digital. To see all of these men together, it was powerful. And I believe that it was really important that we see the King in this position. This is one of the first times we've really been able to see him take, at such a big event, post that cancer diagnosis.
Most definitely. I mean, that bond between Charles and William must now be unbreakable.
In a stunning turn of events, Prince Harry is once again making headlines, and not for the reasons he would hope. Today, the Duke of Sussex is back in the spotlight as reports reveal he misses the United Kingdom, the home, the life, and the identity he left behind. But there's a twist. Harry is now fighting yet again to overturn the ruling that stripped him of the police protection he once enjoyed as a senior royal. This battle is far from over. Sources close to the Duke say Harry has been quietly struggling despite the luxury, despite the California sunshine, despite the life he claims to have chosen. Something's missing: friends, traditions, purpose, routine, the familiar world he grew up in. Insiders say Harry feels detached and nostalgic, often reminiscing about the military, the camaraderie, and the clarity he once had in the UK. The truth: Harry misses home more than he expected. But this longing collides with a thorny problem. Harry is still battling the British government over police protection. He has launched yet another attempt, another legal challenge, to overturn the ruling that said he cannot automatically receive UK state-funded security. For Harry, this isn't just about safety. It's about status. It's about identity. It's about reclaiming something he feels was unfairly taken away when he stepped down as a working royal. And the courts? They have already pushed back multiple times. Judges have made it clear Harry made his choice when he left. Titles don't entitle him to taxpayer-funded protection. This new appeal is seen as his last stand, a desperate attempt to regain royal privileges he once insisted he didn't care about. The irony is becoming impossible to ignore. Back in Britain, public reaction has been fierce. Many say the Duke wants the perks without the responsibilities. Others argue this is simply about security and should be granted. But one thing is clear: Harry's relationship with the UK is more fragile and more complicated than ever. This ongoing battle reveals something deeper. Harry isn't at peace. The man who once declared he had escaped seems unable to let go of the very life he ran from. Royal insiders say this internal conflict is eating away at him, torn between the world he abandoned and the world that never fully embraced him. So as the Duke fights once more for his old privileges, as he looks back on the life he left behind, one question remains. Is Prince Harry searching for security, or is he searching for himself?
I agree, and I don't know if you remember this, but at the time that the King became the King, there was real concern that Prince William's popularity would be an issue. And it's been such a rescue. It's been such a solution throughout all of this. So I think that the King is likely feeling very blessed that Prince William is such a loved character, because he's able to step in for him when he needs him to.
Most definitely. I thought they were both brilliant at the D-Day anniversary, and I felt very proud as a Brit that Charles was our King and that William was our Prince of Wales. Meanwhile, a little bit of awkwardness at the society wedding of the year. This was the Duke of Westminster, who's one of the richest men in the world, one of the largest landowners in the United Kingdom. A big society wedding. William was there, the Prince of Wales, but a noticeable absentee.
Yes, Prince William was an usher. I mean, and how would you not choose Prince William to be the one there participating in the wedding? He's the heir to the throne. But there were reports about a phone call that happened between Prince Harry and the Duke of Westminster, where Prince Harry said, look, I'm going to sit this one out because I understand that it could potentially be a distraction. And at the end of the day, this was supposed to be Olivia Hinson's big day, and it was an unwelcome distraction. So I'm glad that he set this one out, because aside from Just Stop Oil, thanks guys, it was a beautiful wedding.
Yeah, well, Just Stop Oil, when they were spraying their foam or whatever it was, the smoke, I mean, that's just the modern version of confetti these days. If I got married, I'd be disappointed if they didn't turn up. Listen, it's a shame you weren't there, because you could have caught the bouquet.
Oh, you know, that you're absolutely right. That would be number one on my list.
Right, let's talk about a little bit of a legal headache for Prince Harry. His battle for top-level royal protection in the UK continues.
Yes, sir. Prince Harry can and will be able to appeal against the dismissal of his high court challenge over the decision to challenge the level of his personal security when he visits the UK. We've talked about this multiple times before. Harry just wants the same security he had as a working member of the royal family, or the option to pay for similar security. And in February, a judge rejected Harry's case and determined that Ravik's approach was not irrational or unfair. He said it was and is legally sound. Ravik is willing to provide Harry with the type of security he wants on a case-by-case basis. I personally believe another set of eyeballs will also find Ravik's decision-making process fair, but we're going to have to wait and see Prince Harry continuing to fight the security.
Most definitely. Well, you told my old mate, Kevin O'Sullivan, at Talk that you think this is proof that Harry misses home.
I do. To fight so much, to fight so fiercely, and to spend so much money is absolute proof that Harry wants a foot in the UK, that he misses his old life and wants the option to jump on a plane and go home, see his old friends. I think he likely very much wishes he was at the Duke of Westminster's wedding. And I do think that there are some elements to his old life that he misses, and he even admits that in the Netflix series at the very end.
Well, I would welcome him back with open arms. My red line, though, Kinsey, my deal breaker is two things. First of all, he's got to promise not to do any more silly books or podcasts and throw his family under the bus, and a massive apology. And if that happens, I think blood is thicker than water, and we bring the boy home, at least temporarily. But we can but dream. Speaking of which, Prince Andrew, has he sorted out his accommodation yet? Where does he live these days?
Well, he's living very comfortably at Royal Lodge, but according to the Daily Beast, friends of Prince Andrew are urging King Charles to drop his, quote, cruel campaign to force his black sheep brother to vacate Royal Lodge. They stress that Andrew has every intention of continuing to live on the property and actually intends to leave it to his children, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. And they've also accused the palace of not having learned anything post-Megxit and carrying out the same kind of anonymous briefing against Andrew that the Sussexes complained about. So, I don't know. I want to believe that things are fine behind the scenes, Mark, but this story will not go away. It's
a worry. Last but not least, Kinsey, I've had my testicles insured for a lot of money. It seems I'm not alone.
That's right. I was going to specifically ask you about this, so I'm glad you took that stress away from me. Nick Cannon, who's a host here, TV personality, reality star, 12 children by 6 different women. He's a fornicator. If we just wanted to categorize him as something, I believe fornicator is the fair way to go. Has insured his testicles for $10 million. So I guess that we're talking about it. I think that was the ultimate objective. Congratulations to him. I'm going to stay away from him with a 10-foot pole, though. Glad to hear it. 10 foot. I've not heard it's that big. Kinsey, you couldn't be insured for any amount of money. And I believe you're coming to the UK. You're going to be live in the studio this Friday. Am I right? I will see you then. I can't wait. Can't wait. Face to face. You are a true star. We love having you on the show. My viewers and listeners are addicted to your weekly musings. Let me tell you, you can find Kinsey on a podcast, which is the To Die For Daily podcast, and her website of the same name. That's Kinsey Schofield live in the studio for Friday Night Live with Mark Dolan on Friday at 8.